My parents took my sister on vacation without me, she got arrested, and ruined everything. Now they finally see her true colors. I'm a 23-year-old and have a younger sister, Lisa, who's 18, and let's just say she's got a knack for chaos. I've tried for ages to get my parents to see her true colors, but they didn't get the memo until recently. Our family dynamic has always been a bit tense, mostly because Lisa is their golden child. Before she was born, my mom had a miscarriage, which was super hard on her. So when Lisa came along, she was their little miracle and basically became the star of our family show. Now, don't get me wrong, I loved Lisa when we were kids. But over time, I noticed she's got this crazy skill for twisting stories and playing the victim. On my birthday once, I got this awesome antique pocket watch from our grandparents. It was a family treasure. Lisa wanted to share it, but I said no because, well, it was my birthday gift. Later that night, she put a spider in my pillow because she knew it would freak me out. I woke up screaming, and my parents rushed in, but Lisa just played innocent. Later, she admitted she did it on purpose with a creepy grin, like she thought it was no big deal. Another time, I invited my crush, Mark, over, and I was all excited, dressed up and everything. But when he got there, Lisa spilled juice on me and laughed. I had to change, feeling super embarrassed, and while I was gone, she started telling him all my embarrassing childhood stories. It was downright humiliating, and when Mark left, she told him he could do better than me. My parents never believed me when I told them what she was doing. They just thought I was being dramatic, so I stopped trying to convince them. Eventually, I focused on my studies, got into a good college, and moved out. But whenever I came home for breaks, Lisa made it her mission to make me feel unwelcome. She ignored me, avoided me at meals, and messed with my stuff. My parents didn't do much and just wanted us to get along. So, I started spending my breaks with friends instead, and my parents didn't seem to mind. Lisa didn't have the grades for a proper college, so she stayed at home, going to community college. Meanwhile, I'm working in San Francisco and loving it. I keep in touch with my parents but don't really visit or talk to Lisa. Now, on to the latest. My dad had a pretty serious heart attack, but, thankfully, he made it through. So, something crazy happened. My dad had a heart attack. When my mom called to tell me, I dropped everything, booked a flight, and rushed home. It was intense. I can't even begin to describe how surreal it felt. The doctors gave him a bunch of meds and really pushed him to start exercising. Since getting out of the hospital, Dad's been all about family time, and he's constantly saying how lucky he is to have had this second chance. I totally got it, so I stuck around for a bit longer. My job is cool with remote work, so it wasn't an issue, but I noticed my sister Lisa wasn't thrilled to see me. We were both grown up now, and I didn't want to stir up old arguments after everything. One morning over breakfast, Dad suggested we do a family vacation. It had been forever since we all traveled together. I was a bit hesitant at first, but it meant a lot to Dad, so I agreed. Lisa didn't seem too excited, but hey, she had to roll with it since Dad was the one organizing everything. He sorted out all the flights and places to stay. I had already cleared some time off work and told my colleagues to leave me alone during the vacation. I just wanted to soak in some quality family time. We get to the airport, and surprise! My ticket got cancelled. I was so confused, and Dad kept insisting he'd booked it right. But when we dug deeper, it turned out my ticket was the only one cancelled. I looked over at Lisa, and she had this sneaky smile, the same look when she'd pull off one of her tricks. It hit me, she probably cancelled it from Dad's computer. I called her out, but my mom was quick to shut me down, saying Lisa wouldn't do something like that. They thought I was just being the jealous older sibling. Even Dad was like, maybe it was an airline screw-up. I was so frustrated that they couldn't see what was happening. With my ticket cancelled and no other flights available that day, I had to figure out what to do next. Sure, I could fly out the next day, but honestly, the idea of going back home to rebook and then flying solo didn't appeal to me. Plus, sharing a room with Lisa sounded awful. I thought she might have grown up, but if she messed with my ticket, who knows what else she'd do to ruin the trip. Dad hesitated, suggesting they could cancel and plan another time, but then he was like, it's been ages since we had a vacation. Mom chimed in, saying I travel a lot for work anyway, so missing this wouldn't be a big deal. Ouch. It was clear they didn't mind going without me, so I said they could carry on with the trip. They agreed, which felt kinda hurtful. They were fine going as a family of 3. So there I was, standing alone at the airport as they went off to enjoy their vacation. I decided to head back to my place in San Francisco, not wanting to hang around our family home by myself. I tried to shake it off and focused on making the most of my time off. I caught up with some old friends and got lost in a bunch of books, turning my break into a solo staycation. Meanwhile, my parents would video call from time to time, and I could see they were having a blast without me. So, when my family went on vacation without me, it felt like my absence didn't really matter to them. Even though I wasn't super upset about missing the trip, I couldn't help but feel a bit left out. It was just a reminder of how Lisa always seemed to be the favorite. I was really hoping they'd finally catch on to Lisa's true colors. And well, it actually happened a few days into their vacation. I woke up one morning to a bunch of missed calls from my mom. Panicked, I thought maybe something had happened with my dad's health, so I called her back right away. She answered, sounding really stressed, and told me something pretty wild had gone down. Apparently, my dad's heart meds had been mysteriously disappearing every day, which was super dangerous because of his health. They were freaking out since they were in another country and weren't sure they'd find the same meds there. After tearing apart their hotel room looking for the missing pills, my mom went next door to Lisa's room to borrow some sunscreen while Lisa was out. And guess what? She found the missing meds stashed in Lisa's bedside table. Like what? She immediately called my dad over, and he was shocked to see his meds there. They finally realized that their so-called miracle child was actually putting my dad's life at risk on purpose. My mom was a mess. Her voice was shaky when she asked me if they should confront Lisa. I told her to wait until they were back home, because Lisa is a master at dodging blame and would probably come up with some story. But then something unexpected happened. Later that night, my dad called me, sounding really upset, to say that Lisa had landed in jail. Apparently, when they confronted her about the meds, Lisa lost it. She started hurling things and yelling all sorts of nasty stuff, especially at my dad. She was mad that I wasn't on the trip, claiming he'd ruined everything by not inviting me. Things got way out of control, and someone at the hotel called the police. Lisa was such a handful that she ended up getting arrested, though she was set to be released in 24 hours. But it didn't end there. My parents were all set to fly back home after getting Lisa out, only to realize their passports and wallets were missing. Turns out, Lisa had either tossed them or hidden them somewhere, leaving my folks stuck in a foreign country with no ID or money. For the first time, my parents started to see Lisa for who she really was. My mom, who always had Lisa's back, was now desperately asking me for help since they couldn't leave without their documents. I told them not to worry, and I'd send money through Western Union, but they'd have to find the passports first. I figured Lisa probably didn't toss them. My parents finally understood that I'd been right all along about Lisa, and they were thankful I was stepping in to help, even though they'd left me out of the vacation. They also apologized for the way they'd treated me. Honestly, while I want to forgive them, it's hard to forget how they've always favored Lisa over me. Update: my parents keep calling me with updates, and I'm getting more nervous about everything. After Lisa got out of jail, my parents told her to give back the passports or they'd report her again. With no options left, Lisa finally showed them where she'd hidden their stuff. Once they were home, my parents told Lisa she had to pack up and leave. They'd finally hit their limit and saw the truth about her behavior. So, my sister Lisa has been causing quite a mess with her sketchy behavior. Lately, she's been risking our parents' health by swiping their meds, which kicked off yet another huge argument. Lisa went off, blaming our parents and saying she doesn't want to share them with anyone else. She even claimed she was pushed over the edge when they invited me on a trip. She kept telling them to disown me, saying she's all they need. That must have been when it hit my parents how jealous she really is. But Lisa didn't stop there. She got even more aggressive, warning them she'd spread lies about how they neglected and mistreated her as a kid if they tried to make her move out. This freaked my parents out since they're respected doctors around here, and false accusations could ruin them. Lately, Lisa's been making things even worse. Whenever she finds out our parents are talking to me, she flips out, breaking dishes and stuff. Just today, my mom called me crying because Lisa lost it at dinner over my mom not cooking for her. She started breaking furniture and blasting music, keeping our parents up all night. The situation's spiraling, and I'm really worried about my parents' safety. I thought they'd see Lisa's true colors, but now I'm scared she might actually harm them. I can't go home right now because it might set Lisa off even more. I'm trying to get my parents to talk to a lawyer to sort this mess out legally. That's probably the safest way to protect them and bring some calm back to our family. Update 2: Lisa got arrested, just like a lot of you guessed. Things hit the fan when she came at our parents with a knife during another massive argument. The police came and took her in for assault. With Lisa away, my parents finally decided to take real steps. They chatted with a lawyer about getting her out of the house legally. They handed her an eviction notice, spelling out why she had to leave and when. They made sure to do everything right so Lisa couldn't fight back. They ended up going to court to push the eviction through, which was super tough for them because, it's their daughter. They felt awful but knew it was the only way. The court ordered Lisa to leave, and if she doesn't do it on her own, they can get help making her go. She'll be gone by next week, and my parents are finally starting to feel a bit of relief. This whole thing's been a nightmare, but they're hopeful things will get better without Lisa in the picture. I've been sticking close to them throughout all this and plan to bring them out to San Francisco for a bit. They need a break after everything and some time away from the chaos. Plus, it'll be nice to hang out and support them through all this stuff. Hey everyone. I wanted to give you an update on how things are going. I've been swamped with comments on my last post and it's taken me a while to read through all of them. Many of you mentioned that Lisa might have some mental health issues going on and suggested she gets checked out. The tricky part is, since she's an adult, we can't just make her go see someone unless she wants to. Plus, she's had these sudden angry outbursts, so we're treading carefully to not make things worse. In my last update, I mentioned my parents flew out to San Francisco to hang out with me. They're taking a breather after everything that's happened the past few months. So, last night we were all gathered around my tiny dining table, and my folks started opening up to me. It was like they finally saw things for what they were. They admitted they didn't see Lisa clearly over the years and asked for my forgiveness. My dad said he was sorry he hadn't listened to me earlier and just couldn't believe Lisa would turn out like this. My mom chimed in, saying how they messed up by ignoring my concerns about Lisa's behavior. Her voice was shaky as she admitted their favoritism made them blind. I told them I appreciated them making the first move to mend things. I ended up sharing a bunch of tough memories of what I went through because of Lisa. My parents were shocked, realizing how much I'd gone through alone. They admitted their bias towards Lisa had clouded their judgment because they'd always seen her as their little miracle, unexpectedly getting pregnant with her and all. It was bittersweet for me, finally getting the acknowledgement I'd always wanted. While it wasn't the perfect way to fix things, it was a big step toward honesty in our family. I let them know it would take time to rebuild trust, and we all agreed to work on it together. For now, I'm just trying to enjoy the days we have together. Update 4, as the days rolled on, we spent more time as a family, wandering through San Francisco, grabbing meals, and simply enjoying each other's company. It's been a real journey, reconnecting and trying to fix the bonds that favoritism and denial frayed over the years. My parents being here wasn't just about getting away from Lisa, but more about rebuilding the family we almost lost. We've talked a lot about what to do with Lisa. Right now, she's crashing at a friend's place. We can't just abandon her, even with all the chaos she's caused. My mom and dad feel this strong responsibility towards her, despite everything. We've come to realize her behavior might be more than just acting out, it could be deeper issues. We're thinking about a mental health evaluation to understand what's up with her. But since she's an adult, we can't force her, so we're figuring out the best way to encourage her to get help willingly. Once my folks are back home, they plan to reach out to Lisa and see if she's up for a chat. I'm staying out of it for now because she's still holding a major grudge against me, and I don't want to stir the pot, especially with her past bouts of aggression. I've suggested my parents meet her in a public place so she can keep her cool. Our main goal is for Lisa to understand our side and feel the love and concern we really have for her. It's not about pointing fingers, it's about coming together as a family to tackle the issues that have pushed us apart.